Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries today. Today, maybe the lighting's a little bit better because it's afternoon. Anyway, thank you for joining me as usual. And as previewed, tonight was something along the lines of like club nights with mom. Okay, so it's no surprise that my mother would be involved with this story and those goings on, because how else would I get to these places and get in at 12, 13 tops? 13-ish, 12-ish, 13. Okay, so let's run down. Let's do a rundown, because it's only really a few major things, places just to point out, just highlights. Again, like last night, this is not something that I did once or twice, like the political campaign with Jerry Brown last night. Those were a different kind of social arena my mother would bring me to. Speaking of which, my mother saw to it, Liz, I know from what I've told you, I had a prop I had to give her. Every show that came into town I saw. She knew, of course, everybody in the Huntington Hartford Theater, so every show, every Amundsen, everything I had to see. When it was stuff that I wanted to be involved with, that was a friggin' no-brainer to her. I was like her, who else was she gonna go with? And who else knew her the way I knew her? And who else could jive and dovetail with her shit and her scene at that time? So she knew I was a disco boy, as I've told you, 12-ish. 78 was the year of my life, and I was like full tilt LA disco boy. So first, there was a club that was as close to Studio 54 as you're ever going to see or would ever have seen in Los Angeles. There was nothing else like it. Take your pick, unless you're going for gay clubs. No mainstream major disco survived. It was like a Studio 54, Regine's, Hurrah, everything. Roxy, Mud Club, Dance It Here, if you're familiar with Nina Hagen. Anyway, so something did come into town, and it lasted about 18 months. You can Google it. It was called Scandals in Los Angeles on North, who cares? Anyway, this one, North La Brea, I'm sorry, I'm OCD. No, I'm not. Okay, so, again, very briefly, open and close, no scandal, no pun intended, just open and close, wasn't busy enough. But when it hit lines, I mean, you guys, it was like, LA had never seen a disco before at that time. And literally, we didn't have one that big and that glamorous and that flamboyant. So, of course, as soon as it opened, there was a birthday party for Nina Blanchard that, of course, she chose the time to go to because she knew half of the town, and that would, of course, be the time to show her little boy his disco dreams. Now, this is the zenith of my disco bucket list moment. Nina Blanchard had her birthday party, the whole friggin' Scandals, the biggest disco in town, for her birthday party. Now, this is a place where it has a massive dance floor, descending staircase from second level, and then a whole other disco room that had a whole nother band, and it was endless. And it was Nina Blanchard's birthday. Now, Nina Blanchard headed up Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina rivaled Ford on the East Coast. I mean, there was nothing that Ford had on Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina was West Coast, Ford was East Coast. Just that's how it was. And of course, my mother knew Nina Blanchard from 1960 because she catered to all of everybody, high-end everybody. Anyway, so of course we're at Nina Blanchard's birthday. Now, every friggin' model in town was there. That was the other like sparkly moment, was that all the recognizable working models through Wilhelmina were there, and they were literally like clustered around her, like everything but like fanning her with a peacock feather. Anyway, so it's exciting. It's like, the zenith moment of my disco bucket list. And so we're there. I mean, I'm like, kibitzing with Nina Blanchard because, again, like I said last night, all these OG Beverly Hills people knew me. Oh my God, you were the cutest baby. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I'm like scoping out the place. And of course, mom, again, her props, she knew what I liked and she would do everything that she could. But we operated on a peer level. It was not, we talked shop. We talked very adult things. I was her therapist. If she felt like going out in the middle of the night to take me to see a Rocky Horror Picture Show. Again, these were the things. So anyway, so I'm roaming around the massive dance floor, Le Freak, says Chic. That was the huge hit that just hit. The dance floor was like full of smoke, and mirrors and like what looked like professional dancers. Then there was the other disco room, but it was disco music, but it was more like a supper club atmosphere with a dance floor. And I swear to God, it was King Creole and the Coconuts, or it was Savannah Band, but it was either one of them there playing that room. So anyway, like I said, disco zenith moment. Those are those images that are part of your life, that was, very pleasant to think about or do. That was that for me. That was like, okay, I've been to Studio 54. Missed my opportunity in Manhattan to get in there once. Wasn't the famous enough child actor to get in. So my stepmom had to go with actually two artist friends that I knew through my mother. Whatever. So second dovetail into these nightclub moments, disco moments, show moments with Mummy Liz, was a place called Studio One Studio One Backlot. Okay, now